Hello and welcome to the Crookedrivercast year-end show extravaganza cuisine buffet. This is show 41 and 42, recorded on a day that's, you're not listening to it, so it's not today, it's some other day. Another year has gone by. Let's discuss. In the morning.
In the morning?
Is
it morning?
No. No. Not morning. Not morning. So, question is, do I drink the Nulu bourbon whiskey finished in honey barrels or the Jefferson Reserve?
All right, we got a dilemma.
Yeah.
See, I don't have that issue. I mean, Buffalo Trace, and that's what I'm going with.
Right.
I kept it simple and cheap.
Considering I have the We the People glass folded ice, we're going with the Jefferson for now.
Nice. That makes sense.
Hope that came through. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Started about a half hour ago, so.
Oh, crap. I'm behind.
You are. You're going to have
to catch up. Wonder why you sound in such a good mood. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so really? We'll see. So this is our year-end show in review, holiday show. Oh yeah, by the way, Merry Christmas, because we never wish you a Merry Christmas in the last show. Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good Christmas.
Is this this is the one that's coming out after Christmas?
Yeah, this is our dilemma. We are horrible. First of all, we're typical men. We don't know, anniversaries, holidays, anything like that. I'm always like, oh yeah. Oh crap! That's the show's going to be posted when it's Christmas. We didn't even say. I mean, we mentioned Christmas lights, but we did not talk about Christmas. So wish anybody a Merry Christmas.
Well, I hope everybody got what they asked for,
and then some. So this is a holiday show. We're just going to. I figured we just go through, what happened this year, what's going to happen, what do we think is going to happen next year. And all that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure even where to start, except maybe we start with this, because we did this, I think, early on. We did a kind of who we are, what we're doing kind of show. Maybe we can revisit that a minute, for a few minutes. Why are we doing this show? Why did Crookedrivercast? Why did it come to be?
I have a big ego, Rob.
Obviously.
And I just want people to know I do a show.
Obviously. That's why we tell so many people about it. Well, I think at one point we had talked about, I'd always in my back of my mind thinking, what a good way to keep track of local politics. Well, what's a good way? How do I get involved? We see so much about the national stage and what's going on in Oregon and California and Florida and Texas. And half the time, I have no idea what's going on in Ohio. And I thought, for a while that having a show would be a good way to make you pay attention, or talking about it, or having a reason to actually open up your computer or phone and actually go to channel3.com or Fox 8 or, as we often do, News Channel 5, which happens probably our most clipped news station of the year. And I was already thought about doing it. I think, did you call me or did you tell me, were you mentioning it to me or something like that? Is that how it started? Is that how the conversation started?
About doing a podcast?
Yeah. I think you mentioned it.
Well, I think we talked about it probably a couple of years ago, but we didn't really have like an idea of what to do. Right. We were like, hey man, we should do a YouTube, or because we talk and we think we're so interesting.
We definitely do. We definitely do.
And so we talked about it a while ago, and then it was no agenda. I was like, we should do like a really, from Adam talking about like a hyper local show. And I mentioned it, and you had a couple ideas. I had an idea, and I think we're going more along with what you were thinking. as far as this show
Yes,
goes, and
probably.
yeah, a little bit more. We were both on the same in the same book, but maybe not on the same page. You know.
Yeah, we're both with news and culture, what's going on, hyperlocal, what's going on, and I think one of them wasn't one of the first stories we covered. It was something like 31 new laws being enacted this week. Here's 10 of them. And
right.
I went,
something
holy
like
crap. What the hell? What are they doing in Columbus? And it was just like all these things you had no idea. And you never know. You never know what's going on. But I know when someone's freaking out at the city council in BFE, Texas, because it ends up being going viral and you hear about it. You hear about the, you hear about the what are they doing? They're
eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
In Springfield, which happens to be Ohio, but people outside of Ohio heard about them eating the dogs in Springfield. And
that's probably like the only story. We hear everything from Texas, Oregon, California, New York, Washington, and Illinois. And
don't forget Florida man. Don't forget Florida man. You always hear about Florida man.
Well, there's Florida man, but like we don't hear that many like big stories coming from Florida. Not after DeSantis, bailed. There weren't that many stories.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I grew up on talk radio. I mean, I worked in construction, so AM radio was always on in somebody's basement or on the job site. There's always Rush Limbaugh was always on. Who else? Oh, you'd hear Trevisano. Remember Mike Trevisano on WTAM up in Cleveland?
Yep.
Oh, that guy.
I wasn't a big fan of his. I thought he was a really good broadcaster. I think I do have maybe a different way of looking at people. I didn't think Limbaugh was. I didn't really agree. I didn't like him because I felt like whatever the Republicans ever did, he was kind of agreeable with it.
Yep.
And but I did understand why people liked him, and I thought he was a great broadcaster. I think that about Glenn Beck's is like that with me too. It's kind of like I don't really like the way he does his show, but I think he's great. He is great, as far as a broadcaster goes.
He's been doing it for 40 plus years, just like a lot of people. So and Rush, it's like anybody else. You're not going to like everybody's demeanor and all that stuff. So where's talk radio now? This is talk radio.
Yep, podcasting.
Yeah, podcasting.
Joe Rogan has changed the game here, really.
Yeah. Turning what every news organization and channel, 8 minutes this, 3 minutes that, into 3.5 hours. Let's flush it out. Let's not soundbite heaven here. He started doing that.
Yeah. Well, now that I think about it, it's kind of like, we kind of grew up on Johnny Carson and David Letterman and Jay Leno and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's how we heard a lot of things. And then all of a sudden, like Howard Stern starts doing this interview style that goes for an hour and a half without breaks,
Oh yeah. Stern was doing it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the one who kind of got it going. He doesn't understand podcasting. I still think to this point he doesn't really get it. Which I understand because he's like comes from he's in the 60s. He comes from that old world of broadcasting.
Right. Wow, almost lost my voice. Hello, there you go.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I sneezed, and then all of a sudden I went to talk, and it was gone.
But it's changed, and now you have real conversations going on, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. Stern was one of the first because he had the satellite radio, so he had least amount of interruption. He had no interruptions unless he wanted them.
He would go for an hour without a break, and if he was doing an interview, it could easily go. I don't know how long his longest interviews were, but he never took a break during the interviews on satellite radio. So they could go an hour and a half or 2 hours probably at times.
Yeah. So that's what it is now. There is no talk radio. It's pretty much, I mean, it's still there.
It's terrible though. And all the talent's doing something different, the real talent.
And as I looked through, well, my daughter wanted a CD player, so we looked at some CD players online, and there are some still with like the old boombox.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, but they don't have AM. It's only FM. Like, I'm not sure why.
I don't know.
Do you save that much money by taking the MF? That's a different thing. The AM off the, I don't know, off the chipset, apparently.
What? How much? I can't
How much
imagine.
could they save? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, gosh, I'm going to stammer right through that. I don't know. I have no clue, man.
I don't know either. I can't, I don't know. I could see them when nobody listens to it, but nobody listens to FM either, actually, technically. So, but probably less the AM. I would think it's a cost saving would be the only reason. I don't know. It has to be. Otherwise, why would you do it? And by the way, they still sell boom boxes, the old school boom boxes.
Yeah, that's cool.
They even sell them with tape decks.
Are they any good?
I'll find out.
Yeah. Christmas. Okay.
But cool. 2 speakers with the bar that goes across and the long dial on the top with the radio stations were. Is
it also Bluetooth?
Yes.
So you could stream whatever you have on your phone.
Yes.
On there.
And a CD player.
I would that's actually kind of cool.
Rechargeable battery inside. It says lasts 3 to 4 hours on 50% volume. You could plug a battery in. You could plug a USB battery into it and probably run for a long time.
Right. I would like to know if it's loud enough to play in a shop, where you can actually hear it. It's hard to find a good Bluetooth. There's one Marshall, puts a Marshall amplification.
Oh yeah.
They have a Bluetooth speaker radio thing, not radio. Oh, I don't know why I said that.
Bluetooth speaker, yeah, right.
Yeah, they have one that sounds
so cool looking too.
It looks great.
It looks like a Marshall.
I work with a guy who has one, and it's freaking sounds great, but it's also like $279.
I say it's over $200. I've seen them online. I was like, whoa.
They do go on sale on Amazon, and I think the lowest price I ever saw was $179, which I was like, I'm not spending that for work. But then when I hear this guy's, when I hear it at work, I'm like, oh, maybe I should.
About $100 of that is for Marshall.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I went and spent like about $50 for the one I got at work, and it sounds like crap. I mean, it sounds like garbage compared to that one. Well, I'm living with it. It's okay, but it's got volume, but it doesn't have like the like if it just doesn't have the bass,
So back off that tangent. So talk radio.
Yeah.
Why we're doing the podcast, and bourbon's working its magic. So that's kind of why we just started doing it. Really hearing Adam talk about it on No Agenda for over and over again. Hyper local. Let's do something. Wow. So I guess while we're talking about this, how's it going for you, Tom? The show.
How's it going?
Yeah. To me, it's way more work than I ever expected it to be.
Yeah. No, you're pulling most of the weight with picking the stories and kind of organizing it.
Work in quotes. It's a lot more reading and all that kind of stuff. There's more than we originally. I just say, hey, we'll throw some stories up there and talk about them. Like, no, you got to know that you got to know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you'll talk for about 4 seconds and you'll be done. So
here's what there's things I would like, but it's time consuming and. We work full-time jobs. So like, I would like to have me personally, like the way I'm handling the show is I'm reacting to what you're doing before and during the show. That's kind of like, right. I feel like that's what my role is. And there's things I would like to do for the show, but I really don't know how to do it without it being at least 10, 15, 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more than More than
I don't spend that much time on the show. I do the editing, and then I do a little bit of research on. I read the stories as best as I can, or listen to the clips that you have before the show, just to have kind of formulate an opinion or just something. Yeah. But I would like to take. I wish I had another 10 hours at least to sit down and write things and do a little bit more investigating. I would like to write, I'm not a joke writer. I'm not a comedian, but I would at least like to kind of jot down some funny haha things,
Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at too. It's just more, it's awesome. I mean, I know so much more about what's going on in my state, in my area. It's
I don't know if that's good, but
well, I mean, it's good. It's good in a way, but it's also agonizing because you know the good and the bad, mostly,
right?
Mostly not the great stuff. So that's kind of why we started doing it. And, when I would go online and look for a podcast like this, or like something that would talk about my county, my state, part of the state, whatever, I just don't think there really wasn't anything. There's a couple of podcasts, but they're not. I mean, they're radio shows that they're putting in, into a podcast.
Basically. There's news coming, podcasts coming from, I shouldn't say coming from Ohio, that are about Ohio news, but they try to deliver it like a news show. I would rather have a little bit of banter, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's Today in Ohio, but that's
but they don't really talk that much. They go over the story, and then they whine. They whine. They go over the story. It takes 3 minutes. They whine for 2 minutes, and then they go over what they just talked about, and it's a 5-minute segment.
They blame Trump, and then they.
Well, okay, that's whining.
That's whining and blame Trump, and then
yeah.
So that's and hey, look at that, an unforeseen segue. Speaking of Trump, one of the first things we had on our kind of our very loose list of things to talk about today was, how is Trump doing? So what's your grade? Well, how do you think Trump's doing?
What's his grade?
I don't have to give him a grade, but you know what I mean. How do you think he's doing?
I'll give him a grade. Okay, his first term. I'll give him a grade on his first term, which I give him a C.
Okay.
Okay. He did a horrible job selecting people.
Yep.
Yeah, in the cabinet, and other than that, I was pretty happy with his term. The second term so far, I'm going to give him a B.
Yeah, I could see that. Yep, B plus even, maybe. Depends on how you want to look at it.
There's a couple of things I wanted him to do that he hasn't done. And he really sort of did it. Hang on, I got his executive orders all listed here. He did one. It kind of covers what I got, the gripe I have. One of the gripes I have, and I was hoping for a internet bill of rights.
Oh,
to prevent basically for freedom of speech. So if you get a doctor talking about a so-called pandemic, and he gets banned from YouTube for telling you the truth, but it's not going along with the narrative. So I was hoping there would be something done about that, and he did sign an executive order that covers that a little bit. I forget. It was pretty early on, but it wasn't. Congress needs to do something too, but it's let's say it's an executive order about I think it was preventing federal government from censoring people on social media, basically, which is fine. I forget what he called it. I'm looking for it now. There's so many, and so many executive orders.
Yeah, it's not
good.
No, it's not good, but it is how it's done now. Until that somehow falls apart. I mean, you're bearing the lead. It's quite obvious that you're trying to hide the fact that he's destroying the White House. Completely destroyed their White House. All that history and the mice and the rats and stuff on the East Wing. It's gone, Tom. It's gone, and we're never getting it back.
I'm pretty happy with everything. I think I have a couple of gripes in that whole. Restoring freedom. It's the third executive order he signed on his first day. Restoring freedom of speech and ending federal censorship. And how came out in the Twitter files or the X files when after Elon bought it, he gave the stuff to, is it Taibbi? What, I forget the reporter's name.
Matt Taibbi.
Taibbi or something like that.
Taibbi, yeah.
Taibbi, something like that.
Yep, that's it.
But anyways, he gave different things to a couple of different reporters, and one of them was that Facebook and Twitter and Instagram is Facebook, same thing. They were colluding with the government as far as censoring people came. Yeah, same with YouTube.
Yeah, and they still are, or they still would be if they may still be doing it, just not at the executive level. Well, the government's quite large. Okay,
so the other great thing that Trump did was get rid of USAID.
Yeah, I was going to say he destroyed the White House along with some other things like USAID, which holy cow,
right?
Was that that was huge.
Doge was huge. That was a huge thing. And while that was happening, I was giving him an A+. I was really at the border, Doge, and USAID. That's Doge, right? So
that was part of because of what happened. Yeah, part of what Doge did was expose and close down.
Right. You know what? Maybe I'm being a B+ or A- even, because I'm thinking about what I don't like so far and because he's dismantling the Department of Education.
Yep.
You got Doge happened and is still happening.
What did he just do? That he's going to eliminate Snap.
There's that.
They're starting to break that apart.
The stuff that RFK has done, with Maha, with
yes.
The dyes and all that.
I think he just announced another drug companies.
A drug that there was one drug they were talking about, and I forget what it was, but it was $25,000. Yep. They knocked it down to, I don't know. I think it was like $2,000. How? I'm not asking how you did it. I'm asking how in this world can you charge that much more than you really need to? And who knows, $2,000 might be overcharging, but
I think it's a little I don't even want but yeah, so there is a lot of that America pays the premium for the drugs these companies sell to the whole world. We pay the premium so they can make their money off of us, because the rest of the world basically has caps on all this stuff.
Okay, but
not to say it's not right. I'm not.
But I mean, okay, we're not going to get into that. But I mean, really think about it. Like in something as simple as an inhaler. Mm-hmm. You can go to Mexico and get it for like $2, and over here it's
$150.
Yeah, exactly, whatever. Or more. Your insurance, it might still be out of pocket $65, and I don't even know how much insurance covers. Like how much are they paying?
Tom, I don't know, this Kennedy guy you keep talking about. Because of Kennedy, if you really, really want your vaccine, you could still get them.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
Now, if you don't want it, he's not forcing you to take them. Such a bastard.
Yeah. No, so, I agree. And I am, I'm updating the grade to A
That's
minus.
at least a B plus, I think.
B plus, I think is fair. A minus, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, he came in with a vengeance. He wasn't taking anybody's crap. He learned from probably the best thing that could have happened to this country was him losing 2020. I mean,
it
winning
prepped
it, losing
him.
it.
It prepped him, and he had time to, filter out who he was going to pick.
Yep.
I'm probably happier than I realize, just because I'm thinking of all the things he's done that I forgot about. So,
yeah,
I think I'm more PO'd at Congress, which is normal.
Yeah, do nothing, Republicans.
You have all these things that he's doing, but you're not codifying anything.
Yep.
So,
yep, all they're doing is whining and crying, but yet still riding the coattails.
DEI gone.
I was going to say, he destroyed the White House and DEI.
Our men and women's sports gone. We can keep going. Maybe I'm a little bit more happy than I thought.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. A huge change in the nation. I think that's a lot to do with him being president. I mean, the last show we talked about, what's his name? Caleb Hammer. I think 3 to 5 years ago, that guy never would have been, I don't think he would have, I think he would have been canceled because he just rips on, he's ruthless. And I think we're getting more and more. There's been a change, there's been a turn. And I think he was the catalyst to all that. I think it was happening anyway, but
he wouldn't have been canceled. He just never would have been.
Yeah. He never would have made any. Yeah. He would have seen the light of day. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
So I'd have to agree with that, but a B plus. I think he's got to watch out for the economy. I think the next year is going to be pretty interesting as far as what could be coming up in the economy and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know. I don't know which. We'll get into what's coming, but I'm not sure which way to go on that. I'm pretty much on the fence as far as how the economy is going to return, and I don't know. I have no confidence in the system.
Fair.
And what kind of BS they have planned for said system.
Well, I think the BS happens in 2028, just like it happened in 2020.
Good. Yeah. I think
either that or they don't even want to give it a chance, but I don't think so. Things were rigged, and we always think there's like the big bad evil in the background controlling everything. It's not true, because they wouldn't have tried to put him in prison.
Yeah.
Or they tried to put him in prison, which means they don't have total control of like the voting system and all that. They knew
they knew they could do that once.
Yeah, they knew they couldn't really get away with that.
But folks, don't even go to voting machines. Don't even go to ballots or mail in this or anything. All you got to do is you don't have to go any farther than a Hunter Biden laptop. If they wouldn't have suppressed a Hunter Biden laptop, I think it would have been a hugely different outcome. And a lot of people have looked into it and said, yeah, it's probably a 10 or 15%. Could be a 10% swing just from that.
Well, did you see what came out 2 days ago?
Maybe.
Georgia?
What?
315,000 fraudulent votes. And Biden won that state by 11,000 votes.
Remember the broken pipe?
This was in, Fulton County. I forget what county, but yeah. And this is, I think the DOJ put that out. I don't know. This isn't like something coming out from, some third party. This is coming out from the government, from
so
DOJ.
As a candidate on the other side, knowing of all this fraud, you may, let's just say, I don't know, crazy thought. You'd call the state and you call the attorney general, the governor, whoever at the state, and say, hey, there's tons of fraud. Find me the votes. Maybe you do that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, there's obvious fraud. Can you find the fraud, please?
315,000.
315,000. He won by 11.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy stuff, man. So what I'm saying is I don't know if there's always there's a deep state for sure, but I don't think they're always, I don't think they can always control every aspect.
I don't think they have perfect control. I think they can put things in motion and know the outcome's going to be in this direction, and it's good enough for what they need. That's shut people down. Shut the country down. Will give us a better chance to win. Stuff like that, I think. Let's see. What else are we going to do? We got what's Trump done? Where's the show? Why are we doing the show? Yep, check those off. Thank you. I guess we can go through how did the Ohio State Legislature do? Did I put that in there?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Can you read it?
I can read it. I just don't know. I didn't recognize the handwriting.
You don't? You're not looking at the...
No, I am. I don't remember typing that in the list. I don't remember typing it.
Well, okay.
Because I was going to say, what did you mean by that, Tom? Because I obviously didn't type that, but apparently I did. How did the Ohio State Legislature do this year? I'd give them a...
Maybe I did type that now that I think about it.
I'd have to give them a... Man, I don't want to be... A D? A C?
Why?
C? Maybe C?
I don't know. SB1 wasn't so bad. You know, getting rid of D. I mean, they're kind of going along with what federally...
C. Now that they have cover, that they're able to do it.
You can't give them more than a C. I think there's maybe guys, or not guys, but congressmen in Ohio that are doing good things.
Yes.
But whether there's a follow through, C, D plus, C.
I'm thinking property tax, the property tax thing really...
I give that a C, though. I wouldn't give it more.
No, I'm saying it knocks them down a peg or two because they're not doing anything. They're still trying to kick the can down the road, give us all these BS bills at Band-Aids and make the system more complicated.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that knocks them down. They're not trying to do what needs to be done on that kind of thing, and that's a big one. That's been a big one this year that we've talked about.
Actually, I'm degrading them down to a D minus.
Yeah,
maybe E. No, I'll give them a D.
Is it F or E?
I don't know.
It was E for me, which I never understood. But.
Right. Maybe it's they got a couple of things right, but maybe it's more of a D.
But broken clock's right twice a day, so
yeah,
can't really.
Blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Find his own nut every once in a while. Yeah. So as expected, that's how they did.
Yeah, it's Congress, right? It's Ohio legislature, but it's
still legislatures.
It's the same BS.
Actually, I'm thinking it's probably better than I expected them to be.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Yeah, only because of the Trump initiative or the Trump effect.
Because they got cover from Trump. So he's doing it. They're able to do it, and he takes all the heat. So,
I think I
should downgrade him to an E then on that.
Well, no, I think they did it because again, we've talked about this before. I think there's Congress people that are doing things not because they wanted to, but because they have to. They see the writing on the wall. If they want to stay in politics, They got to do what's happening at the moment, which is basically what are we calling? It's what type of? Oh gosh! Oh, see, I'm about to start my second glass. It's populist movement.
Oh, yeah, populist movement. Yeah, yeah. They're just following. They're following the lead on the coattails. They know what's going to win. They know it, especially in their counties and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you give them a better grade because they're realizing that, or because I don't know if they actually want that? They're just doing it because they want to get reelected.
Yeah, I think they'd go any direction. So no, yeah, they would go the other way too if they had to, and they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. Most of them I do. I think there is a select few, just like Congress, just like Washington, a select few that care, and
it's such a minority though.
they are much more active than I imagined them to be.
What do you mean?
Before getting into this, we went through the LegiScan website, which was one I was going to bring up. Some of the things that we learned this year. LegiScan. Let's see. Ohio legislature has. Let's see. Ohio. Yes, right here. Give you a bills this year. Number of bills. It's thousands. It's thousands. It's hundreds and hundreds. I shouldn't say thousands. Hundreds and hundreds of bills have been put through. They do this every year, and I just never knew. I didn't realize that I didn't realize they worked that much. Even though it's not really work, but does it say?
But why do we need so many bills? I mean,
introduced in the 136 assemblies, 1,582 bills this year in this assembly, which is at 25 through 26. So it's a 2-year period so far. Almost 1,600 bills have been introduced. 608 have been completed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we got to stop them.
On average, they're averaging 23 to 24. That's not 2023 and 2024. They had 2,300 bills.
Oh, my God.
2017 and 2018, they had over 2,600 bills.
Why? Why?
Exactly. That's what I mean. That I didn't realize they had this many bills just in the state of Ohio. Now, I would have to say, I don't know if this is in their defense or not, but a lot of these bills are, let's name this something else. Let's name that. Let's have a day for this. Let's have a day for that. There's a lot of that BS.
Shouldn't that just be an executive order?
But even cutting it, well, yeah, but then you can't put your name on it. It's then only the wine gets the credit. But even if that was half of those, which I doubt it's even half, but I bet if even those half, they still had 600 and some bills, 700 bills. It's like, they're very active little critters, very, very active little critters.
If I was a critter, I would just have one bill, and that bill would be to get rid of all bills. Except the good ones. Which there's probably like 3.
Gremlins, they're coming back. Yeah, I think you might be right. Bills, no bills allowed. 1-page bills only. How's that? 1-page bills.
That would be fantastic. You know what? That might turn into, like, instead of 2,300 bills, you might get 4,600.
Yeah, it's true.
I could write them quicker.
At least we can read them, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if
they have to be in plain English, but you can't really do that.
No, because if you ever read an actual bill, the first 3 pages is like, it's usually amendments to this code section 513-.
It's law talk.
34. Yeah, it's all lawyers speak because they're mostly lawyers.
Yeah, I mean it has to be done. It just makes it difficult for the ordinary person to look through all that.
Yeah, it is probably the best use of AI right now.
Putting
bills in there. Tell it to me like I'm stupid. Well, you're grok.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I like that.
It's a good start to looking into a bill, but don't trust it because I've gone, what? No, that's not true. And you go back and actually look, and it's not.
Of course,
use another AI, and it's different.
Right.
Let's see. What else can we do? We lost a few people this year. We lost a lot of people this year, but the couple people that ended up on the show, let's see, one in particular would be, this guy right here.
And what you gonna do when Hulkamania and the largest arms in the world run wild on you?
Hulk Hogan passed away like a month before he was due to be in Cleveland and open his new wrestling league.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. They had a tribute for him.
Sucks.
Rick Derringer, we lost.
Yep. Rock and roll hoochie coo.
And of course, who could forget, because some already have, Charlie Kirk got his neck blown apart.
Yeah.
That was a big one. That was one of the biggest stories of the year, probably.
That's going to be the biggest story in our generation, of our lifetime.
What's your take on this whole Charlie Kirk thing?
What do you mean?
There's so much BS going on right now with it.
Oh, I think it's all BS. I think Tyler Robinson's the killer. Were there other people involved? Possibly. But he's the one who killed him, and he's the one, he's the one who pulled the trigger. I think people are foolish to think it's anything more than a wacko leftist that did this. And did people help him? Possibly. Did people cover for him somehow? Maybe. But I think there's more people that knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
But was it Israel? No. Was it?
So it wasn't Turning Point USA who killed him?
No. That is just crazy talk.
That's a good way to get clicks.
Exactly, man. That's crazy talk, man.
I am going to Arizona on this before the new year, and I'm going to look up where they're at because they're in Phoenix.
Turning Point, right?
Turning Point is, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can stop in there.
That's kind of cool.
Might be cool to see. Well, I don't know what there is to see there, but I'm sure they have visitors. So check it out. Might be, I'm sure my dad'd like to go because he's into that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I don't know, man. I'm sure they still have a memorial there. I don't know what they're doing for him. But let's remember Charlie with this right here. Spiritual battle.
Spiritual battle is coming to the West, and the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down, send them to a good school, have a low-crime neighborhood, not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school, while also not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. That's important. We want the American way of life, which is, by the way, Christendom. Christians, our sacrifice, our toil, our vision, the outgrowth of the scriptures gave us Western civilization. And this is where I think is a great rallying cry. Doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're black or white. Everybody, if you are Christian and Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, these two threats are combining forces to come after us. And it's time that the church stands and rises up against it.
God, all that hate he spewed.
Oh, he was disgusting.
Such hateful rhetoric, he says. So that was a big one. And still I think
that's made the biggest impact of my lifetime. That's going to be the biggest impact.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of any other event. 9/11, I suppose. Yeah. But as far as in politics, there's nothing bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he could have run for president in the future.
What did I see? Something come across you? Oh, I think it was a Tim Pool episode, IRL. Maybe he said something about a secret plan for something about Trump and Charlie being vice president. I didn't read into it, but yes, the point was yes, and I think a lot of people knew that that's what he was destined for.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think a lot of this is grifter garbage.
I don't know if he was killed for that reason. He was killed because they just didn't like what he said.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Everybody knew he was something different.
Yeah, it was once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like Trump, that's once in a lifetime. Whether you like him or not, I don't care. You're never going to see this again. And I personally, I like it. And
it's needed.
I will miss those comments, his
plain speak, the truth, the plain speak.
His handling of the media, I will miss that when, all that stuff,
Yeah, and just for the record, you already know this. We talked about this 100 times, if once. But Trump is not my cup of tea. Never has been. Never a big fan. Never followed him. Never watched any of his stuff. Didn't read any of his books. Didn't care to even. He's gold and gaudy. I didn't even. But wow, is he needed? Was he needed? And speaking of Glenn Beck, I do remember I listened to talk radio. He was on after Rush. And he said, and I'll never forget this, when Obama was elected, he said, this guy is so slick that our next president is going to be somebody who says, somebody gets on TV with a stain in his shirt and says, I farted and I don't care if you know. And now,
yes.
Without the stained shirt, because that's not Trump's style. But if Trump farted, he'd tell you and he wouldn't care.
He'd ask you to pull his finger.
Yeah, he would. He would. And did he nail that? Did he nail that? Whatever. He's just dumb luck, probably. But
no, he
saw what was. He's good like that.
He pays attention. So it's sometimes it's, I think about like, when we're talking about the show before we record, and it's like, it's really not that hard to predict what's going to happen when you're really paying attention.
Yeah. Usually the patterns are pretty apparent.
There's definitely a map that you can trace of what's going to happen, barring nothing. Like 2020, the election of 2020, Trump would have easily won that. And I think I remember you asking me if I think Trump's going to win. I said yes, barring cheating.
Anything. Yeah.
If they don't cheat, then he wins easily.
I think you said something like, well, if we don't have a pandemic and shut the whole country down, as long as that's
yeah. Well, I didn't predict that. That's for sure. But yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. You have on here, how did Bib do? You might be surprised with this answer.
You know what? Let me know, because I was like thinking that he did better than I thought he would on one thing actually. So it's not great. Go ahead. Okay. Tell me what you think.
Well, I'd say, still not great, but better than I imagined him to do, that he would have done.
How so?
I think he handled the Brown situation a little bit better than I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to drag it out and fight it out, and he actually kind of played it. I don't know. I'm trying to give him too much credit, but he played it decently, where he actually got something for something for the city out of it.
Okay, yeah,
it might be mostly, a lot of it maybe allegedly maybe for a lot of the people in the city instead of that. The politicians maybe got a little bit of that, but he played it better than I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to fight it and try to block it all the way and just burn the bridge down. But then again, there also is the fact that I think he's kind of the reason they moved in the beginning, in the first place. I think
exactly. Because I'm thinking the exact same thing. He ended it well, but there didn't need to be an end.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for the Browns, it'll probably end up being a net positive for them, because they're going to be probably better off where they're at.
If Cleveland can do what they want to do, it's a net positive for Cleveland also.
It is.
If they do what they say they're going to do, I have a hard time.
I have no confidence.
Yes. Yeah.
I have no confidence.
Oh, we're way too agreeable on this one.
I know we had way too much evidence to the contrary that they're actually going to do anything on it. So
yeah.
Until they do something, I just think it's going to be squandered again. What will be there? I don't know. What's there now? Just a lot of empty land.
Well, if they can develop it and get things, last show we talked about a music scene. They want to legislate a music scene.
Yeah, right.
Put some clubs down there that have live music, real live, local, original music.
Yeah.
Make a street, a boulevard. Like Nashville's got a couple of sections like this, but give me a street where you can carry your beer from one bar to another bar and go see 10 different bands. They don't have to be original.
Oh my gosh. That's what you're talking about is the apocalypse right there.
They can't do it. They don't, there's no vision. I'd like a Broadway, Nashville Broadway here in Cleveland. a tenth of that, of what they have there. I don't need bars that are 3 stories high with a live music on each level, like basically 3 different bars in one bar. They just have a multitude of those there. So just give me develop a section, an entertainment section with 10 bars that all have live music. How about that?
You know, I mean,
if you really want to create something, but they're not going to create anything like unique that makes people want to come out.
That there's the key, and that's what I was going to say. It reminds me of one of the things they taught us in a Dale Carnegie course. Dale Carnegie, what it was, something about managers or something like that. You have to create an eager want from your employees. You have to get people to want to come downtown. The first step is having some place to go. Second step is it being safe. And we'll get to that because we can review the downtown safety patrol since we're talking about Cleveland. and then you have to make it safe. And then you got to have something for them to do, which is where the bands come in. But what order, I mean, how do you that's not, in their defense, it's not an easy thing to do.
No.
A lot of times it just happens by chance in a lot of cities, I think. I'm not sure.
It's not an easy thing to do, but if there's a slight bit of vision of what you would like, you can do it.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want that task. That's for sure. But my biggest thing is they're going to spend millions on developing a lakefront, or billions.
Yeah, billions by now.
It's going to be as sad as the rest of Cleveland is.
I hope not, because we have that beautiful lakefront with all the, like I said, we talked about cruise ships.
Sure.
Like we could take a cruise of the Great Lakes. I really still want to do that. It's been a couple months since we talked about that, and I still think that would be a cool thing to do. Unfortunately, because our lakefront sucks, there's no place for it in the dock. I got to go to another city to do it instead of Cleveland.
How great would it be? How great would it be to dock here in Cleveland, get off your cruise ship there, head over to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, then go to the Science Museum, and then you have a nice district of live entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, how cool would that be?
Yeah, it would be very cool. Have a lake walk, like a pier.
Yeah.
I've seen the drawings. They got plenty of, they can really draw it very well. They just can't build it. They just can't build it. And what this will do, and I think that was one of the stories I pulled from our list, because I try to save all of our show notes and everything. And those cranes, Neotrans, most unfortunate name for a website.
Oh, I remember that.
It's Northeast Ohio Trans. It has nothing to do with transvestites,
right?
Or trannies. It has, what is even trans, like transformation or something? Is that what? I don't know. Anyway, so there's an article. It is one of the articles we talked about, and it's talking about all the plans for the lake here. This is actually one where we were talking about the IX Center. Talking about the Brown Stadium, and a lot of it was how much they could have done, even somewhat correctly. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. You will get more tax revenue out of that land than they did previously if you do it somewhat reasonably correct, where you have people living there and shops and things for people to spend money on. You could actually get more revenue out of that land.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's Cleveland. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're going to do it right. So
I don't know what they've ever done right. I have to, when I went to the Music Box Supper Club a couple of weeks ago, I drove through the flats real quick. And I do want to go down there and see. It looks great. I know there's some good restaurants down there, but I want to see what type of, I guess what type of atmosphere is happening? Like, are people happy? Like, is there an excitement, energy there?
Did you shoot a wedding with me at Shooters? Or was that?
No.
I think it might have been. No, it wasn't you. I did one. And the only reason I bring this up is because at the time they were building. We were at Shooters. It was so unfortunate. The backdrop for the wedding was the flats, but it was just half-built buildings.
Yeah.
All along the river, as you to the mouth of the Lake Erie. So it's all new down there, right?
Yeah.
Like they basically tore everything down and rebuilt it. At least on one side, on the east side.
Yes, on the east bank.
Without Shooters.
It looks great. I'm just wondering I remember there was an energy there in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
That
Thursday night ladies night, Tom.
Hell yeah. Well, it was, the energy was incredible. It was, and then it moved into the warehouse district. Like it went from the flats to the warehouse district. And then that was taken over by gangs, I guess. I think we had a couple of shootings and I think it just blew up that whole area. So I would like to know what kind of energy is down there. And I know saying energy is kind of like a little poofy.
It's kind of gay.
Yeah, it's kind of gay, but I want to see what if there's an excitement to want to be there. Because in the 90s, man, that's where you wanted to be. You're going to meet a girl, you're going to dance, you're going to get crap, you're going to get really, really high and drunk and have a lot of fun.
Make sure you take an Uber or not, take a cab home because there were no
back then you took a cab home or you had that friend that didn't drink. But that never happened. So we drove drunk a lot back then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't me. It was my friend who didn't. Yes. Who said he didn't drink. And who was I to watch him? It wasn't my turn.
I think there's a statute of limitations.
I know.
I've done it too often, and I'm not bragging about that. But that was the time.
What's more inviting to come downtown than to see Officer Vajussi? You remember Officer Vajussi from the Downtown Safety Patrol?
Yeah.
Let's hear this. There's some of my favorite clips.
That could have been such a good name on Police Academy movies.
Yeah,
Vajussi, Tackleberry.
Officer Tackleberry, Vajussi, Tackleberry. Here's a little reminder of Downtown Safety Patrol.
The moment of impact heard in the voices of Cuyahoga Sheriff's deputies.
Oh, shit! Oh,
Suspect Nigel Perry died after slamming a Dodge Neon he was driving into the back of a Range Rover. Perry was trapped in the mangled metal at the Eddy Road exit from I-90.
You're going to need to send fire as well. We're going to have fire and vehicle entrapment.
The Range Rover Perry
hit. Is this one too?
Well, now they're breaking the story of this high-speed chase.
Like something out of a movie.
It's not fireworks. Get in the car, dude. Go.
Inside a real chase in December 2024 by the Cuyahoga County Downtown Safety Patrol. A deputy riding shotgun, his rifle literally bouncing out the window.
I got it. Give me. It looks like
you then see the deputy is holding his rifle in his right hand, the radio in his left.
It looked like they popped the tire.
The deputy who's driving clocks the speed at 107 miles an hour, dropping to 97.
They are painting a
On the
picture
video,
here.
a pit maneuver is attempted twice, unsuccessfully, a tactic used by police to stop a car by hitting the back end with the cruiser, causing a spin out. You don't hear a supervisor giving approval.
Yeah, be careful pitting at these high speeds, bro.
Here, the deputies make a third go of it, and it doesn't sound like they even called it in.
You got it. Take him out.
The car thereafter crashes into a pole.
Vehicle rolled over.
The deputies hop out, guns drawn. What they shouted is not allowed on TV.
They were cowboys. For lack of.
Yeah, guy died, trapped in the car. Yeah. That's the Vajussi, the one who was kicked out of, I think, Menor. Got booted from Menor Police Academy.
He got fired.
Let go, whatever. Yeah, he just couldn't handle the stress, and he was something, he didn't handle the stress very well. He flew off the handle or something like that. And then was a year on the Cleveland Police Department, then got pushed to the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department, which runs the Cleveland Safety Patrol, which is now just the Cuyahoga County. They renamed it, didn't they? Yeah, Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department make Cleveland safer. Chasing, what do they call it now? Oh, Cuyahoga County Deputy. No, I thought they renamed it or something. Yeah, they did. It's not the Cleveland Safety Patrol. It's just like the Cuyahoga County Safety Patrol or something. So that's what makes you want to come downtown.
All right. We have Eric Lassard. We got Mahoney. We got Harris. We got Tackleberry. We got Hightower.
Listening to
Proctor. Sweet Chuck. And Juicy would have
fit right in there.
And you know what? Yesterday, or was it the day before, Trump had a press conference with talking about the big pharma drug pricing.
Yeah.
And there was a woman there, and I don't know, she was wearing, I believe, everybody go check this out. She was wearing, this happened, I think, on the 18th. Just go to YouTube White House and look up the 18th presser that Trump is doing. And there's a woman wearing like a black leather looking skirt with a red top. She's got short blonde hair, attractive, and high heels. And Callahan from Police Academy. She looks just like her. She looks just like her. Go check it out. You're welcome.
Oh. I'm looking it up right now. I think you're absolutely right. Holy crap.
Look at Callahan and look at this woman. And then she has this really heavy British accent. I think she was.
Whoa. Wow. Easy now. Easy now. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Yes, go check it out. It's worth it. That's funny. What were we talking about again? Oh, it's Safety Patrol going downtown, and how inviting it is when we've got like people like Officer Vajusi. I just want to keep saying that.
Vajusi.
Let's see. What else we want to talk about?
Vajusi.
How did Bib do? We gave him, actually, some things that, better than I thought he would do. I mean,
he lost a team, which he probably didn't need to, but I give him, what did you say about D or
D?
Okay, you give him a D, which we're only talking about the Browns thing. He did plenty of bad things. I guess the Browns thing is the only thing that maybe can turn out to be.
Yeah.
Great.
He turned it around. He pulled it from the brink.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd have a failing grade because, I mean, didn't we just talk about, what did we talk about last show? 4,000 feet of copper wire being stolen from street lamps in Cleveland.
Yeah.
How do you get away with that? There's not many patrols in that area, I'm guessing. Just guessing. And what else did we talk about this year? One of the biggest things we talked about was tax reform.
I want to play this. Hang on a second.
All right.
Crosswalks like these can be found all over Cleveland Heights, a strong representation of the city's LGBTQ community. Now, this crosswalk was recently vandalized, putting a bad taste in the mouths of not only community members, but also city leaders.
To even think about that, it hurts because nobody should have to go through that, and we deal with it every day.
I just had to play that.
Did we even play it on the show? I don't remember that one.
We did. That was early on. That was our second show. That was our second show.
Our second show or second published show?
It was on March 29th, 2025. Whether that's the day we recorded or that's the day it published, I'm not sure.
I'm not going to go back and look. So I'll probably break something when I do, so I'm not going to do that. But.
Exactly.
Because we did do a couple shows that we didn't feel were publishable. So I'm not sure if that was.
Yeah, we did a couple of practice shows. That's
practice shows. Yeah,
a couple of rehearsals. We probably could have This whole year is a rehearsal.
It could have been like 38 more rehearsals after that.
Yeah.
So tax reform was big. We have Axe the Tax. We have an amendment coming through. Go sign the amendment. We'll put a link in the show notes or whatever we have for the show. Or go back and look at our other show notes. They're all over the place. What is it called? Here it is. It is. I hate it when it does that. Tax Reform Ohio is. There it is. xohiotax.com. That's one of the websites. There's a couple different lobbyists4citizens.com.
Yep.
Was the other one. Check those out. Go sign the petition. Go find it. I got to listen to my own damn device and sign it myself because I haven't yet.
Yes. Same here.
And get that on the ballot. Don't be scared. All we're trying to do is get the little critters in Columbus to do their damn job and figure it out instead of kicking the can down the road. It's unconstitutional with the way they have it funded. And they're not going to do anything of any substance unless we make them. And this is the only way to make them because for 20 plus years, they've been giving us just blowing smoke up our butts. And
I'm going to go sign that petition. I'll see you later.
Crap. I got to do the show by myself.
I'll do it. I'll do it the first of the year. Actually,
I could probably just talk to myself for at least an hour before noticing that you're gone.
Yeah, I think that's true.
That's how I am. So that was a huge one, and then I learned a lot about school funding this year. We talked a lot about school funding.
Oh boy, did we!
Absolutely messed up it is, and how much they actually carry over from year to year. It was like I said, the things I know now that I didn't know before this show started, and it's exactly why we started it. It's because I felt like I knew what was going on in Washington way more than what was going on in Columbus or even my county or city. And now I know a little bit more. And man, it's amazing how much quicker you can get people's eyes to glaze over when we talk about local issues.
True.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
And when they look at you, you're like, how the heck did you even know that? Oh yeah, I knew. I know these. How do I got no life. I just read the news all day. That's what I do. Oh yeah, did you listen to this podcast? Here you go.
And then eyes glaze over a second layer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're like, ooh, okay. Hey, there are a couple people that have picked it up. It's not bad. I'm sure they're still listening. I hope. Let's see. Oh, you know what? One of the first news stories we talked about, we still have gotten no answers that I know of. I haven't looked in a couple months at least. But as far as I know, nobody was fired. Was the city of Cleveland was hacked. City of Cleveland courts were hacked.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
That was one of the first shows.
Okay.
And the story I pulled and put in the list was when Channel 5 actually talked to the guy who claims that he hacked it and gave him proof that he hacked it. And they paid him $4 million or $5 million or something like that.
Yeah.
They paid the ransom. I think they paid the ransom. I want to say they to check me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
I think they did from what I
thought I remember they paid it, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But they had to call for help. They had to have DeWine come in. And it's it's pretty bad when you got DeWine coming in to help you out. That's how bad it was in Cleveland. And basically, it was like their state of Ohio security team that came in and helped them out. I think they went 3 or 4 weeks without having computers. What could go wrong? I remember that one. And I remember watching, I think it was News Channel 5 reporter going from office to office, and nobody had answers. They kept telling her to go to another office. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. You know what? There was really never
no resolution to that.
Yeah.
Nobody held accountable for sure.
Typical.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else.
All right. Bib drops down to a D-. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Longest government shutdown in history.
I never noticed.
Wasn't long enough. A lot of people did notice. It happens to be one of my favorite clips of the year. Which,
when was that from?
That, you know which clip I'm talking about?
You passed a big part of the year up.
Oh, let me rewind back then. No Kings. We had No Kings.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was pretty interesting. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. What else do we have? We had adult toys thrown on the court. That wasn't really local, but that was a national story.
We had Aryan Childry. I think it was a Lakewood trans person. Remember that?
What about him?
Do you remember that?
No.
I'm just looking at clips.
No,
I have.
Bring our life experiences to decisions that impacts everyone. I'm proud to serve my community and show others what's possible so that other LGBT people can know that.
I played a clip about, what was it? And that person was in it. And then you pulled up the clip and no, this is her. He, whatever.
Yeah, it's he.
Yeah. And
this is him, huh?
This is him, and you're like, oh, because I was like, he's just some guy or some person. They're like, no, he's an activist, and you pulled up. I do remember that. Yeah, no, actually. Oh, we found out about a Jobs Ohio, that whole scam. Just going through the list of stories. Let's go back all the way. Where am I at here? Oh. There was that too. What else? That's actually a pretty new one. That's pretty new. Legiscan. I mean, that's a good website. Everybody should check that out.
Which one?
Legiscan. I was talking about that. Hulk Hogan. Oh, remember spotted lantern fly?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a few of those around.
Yep. I did too. I think I brought some home from work.
Oh, really? Oh.
They attached to the car. The parking lot at work was just filled with them. And they just get on your car, they get in the wheel well, and they just go for a ride.
Hanging out. Yeah. What is this? Oh yeah, new giraffe. Can't think of it. I'm looking at the word. New giraffes. We had
Kara Sedwig. This is awesome.
How you doing? I felt like it was important to get on the blower and talk a little bit about how I'm feeling and wondering how you're feeling about the state of our union. I'm finding myself pretty scared about a lot of things, scared about losing my rights as a woman, scared about losing my right to vote as a woman, scared about losing autonomy over my body as a woman, scared of my parents' Social Security checks, scared of food banks running out of food and not being able to replenish because they're no longer getting federal funding.
Boy, she hit the nail on the head on that one.
How are the checks scaring you? You're scared from your parents' Social Security checks? You're scared that you're not going to get them. Oh, because that's not what you said. You said, I'm scared of checks. I'm trying to figure out how.
I labeled that retard of the week.
That's right.
Yep. 531.
Cleveland Heights. Was it? No, East Cleveland's first mayor. The East Cleveland's first mayor ended up in jail.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Shocker. And then they had two mayors.
Oh, yeah. You had the interim that didn't want to leave.
Yep.
But she's mayor now. She won the election.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Hey. The Cleveland Heights mayor got recalled.
Right.
He has all kinds of stuff going. His wife.
She's the one that looks like a bulldog that would sit on your bed staring at you while it craps on it.
I was kind of wondering if she used to be a he. In some ways, I'm looking at it. But she just got arrested or something. She's pleaded out for something, trespassing or something.
She was found guilty for trespassing. Yeah. We didn't cover it. We should have followed up on it, I thought, but yeah, she just got convicted of trespassing.
And he was caught going in the law department after hours when he said he had no access to the law department after hours. And when they were looking into his wife or something, I was like, oh, come on, man.
Cleveland Heights, baby.
Cleveland Heights. Yep. Just going through.
If you're not vandalizing the crosswalks, then
they don't care what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the rainbow crosswalks. That's right. What are you clicking over there?
What?
I thought I hear clicking over there. I thought maybe you're lighting something.
Oh no!
I thought maybe you were enjoying a cigar.
I was thinking about having one, but yeah, I do want one now.
Oh shit! See, yeah. Well, too bad you can't, or you could, but whatever. No Kings. There we are. We're at the No Kings now. There was a couple.
What month was that?
So No Kings. Was June.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, in that time, June 21st is the recording date that I have in the show notes. So it's in and around that time, probably the week before.
Yeah, you have all the clips. I didn't have any for that. I'm looking through my notes here.
I don't know if there was many good clips from No Kings, but
not from Ohio. That was the problem because Ohio didn't. I think it was a boomer rally. That's all it was.
Oh, it definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't much happening in Ohio. There was plenty of funny clips nationwide.
Yeah.
But from Cleveland and from Ohio, there wasn't too much.
Do have one.
Pardon me?
I do have a couple, but I don't think there were anything.
They weren't that great. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be worth pulling in. It was a dud. And it rained one day. I felt so bad for them.
And then the second one was even worse.
But Tom, it was like the largest protest ever.
Okay.
It's funny. Let's see. What else do we have? We had anything of note? I mean,
a bunch of marijuana stuff. Yeah, they didn't know where the money was going.
They still don't know where the money. I mean, they know where it's going. I mean, we know it's going to the state. It's just not getting to municipalities.
Yeah, or to the localities where the dispensaries
are.
The
ones who were promised a cut of it. Yeah.
Right.
And they did a whole bunch of legislation on the recreational side of it. And then when I hear the other day, Trump signs executive order to encourage the reclassification of marijuana federally from class 1 to class 3.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that'll get away a lot of that. Well, decriminalize it basically.
It's what it does is legitimize the research that they want to do for medical use.
Yeah, now you need like special approval to get, because it's basically worse than cocaine or something. Or it's scheduled higher than.
It's scheduled it's the same as cocaine and heroin, which is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the fact that hemp is better than paper. That's what I heard. That's all the hippies tell me.
I have a couple of hemp T-shirts.
I do have one from Hawaii.
And they don't fall apart.
Oh, that's, yeah.
They don't fall apart.
It's some protest in Cincinnati on the bridge there. People got thrashed. Yeah, it was, there's a lot. At times we're like, wow, well, what are we going to cover? And then all of a sudden we've got too much to cover. And that's kind of probably talking about Cleveland Heights. It's actually quite difficult to circle back, as someone once said, to get on things, because man, there's a lot of fast moving parts and stuff like that.
The show has evolved since we started.
Sure.
Which, I mean, I'm good with that. I think we kind of started out a little bit more hyper local, and now we're kind of covering more of Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, I think local, hyper. If you're talking about your city.
Well, we covered like the Cleveland Heights thing. I don't know if we would do that at this point. Even though those were fun stories to talk about.
Maybe I might have, only because there's video of the mayor going into the law office in the middle of the night. That might have spurred me to.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Okay.
But,
all right.
But other than that, no, you're right. If it was a normal, because there's a couple of things I've passed up similar to that. But that one in particular, if you've got video of the mayor going into where he's not supposed to go in the middle of the night, would of most cities would probably be.
The other thing about
the list for a possible story, but
the other thing about that story was that what made it unique was the left eating their own.
Yes. Yeah.
The mayor was definitely a DEI voting guy, and they turned on him, which was surprising.
Yes. Kind of surprising, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, don't forget, like the thing that I kind of found was that a tranny turned him in.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So it was a bizarre, like
his wife was yelling at her.
Yes.
Was saying something to her, like
him.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
Them is about the appropriate thing.
Yeah. I was watching that Caleb one, and one guy kept calling. Well, my daughter's a they. She doesn't know. He was like, he's trying to have a conversation, and he's like talking about they, and I'm trying to follow along. I'm like, is he talking about the daughter or like the whole family? I can't tell. Really, you're breaking English. You broke it. English is broken.
Yes.
Thanks. Speaking of that, we had some LGBTQ. Great segue, Tom. That was very professional.
Okay.
We had some LGBTQIA plus 1, 2, 3 XYZ. They're trying to put a ballot initiative in for a constitutional amendment to codify or to reverse basically the gay marriage, or the amendment that we have in the Constitution that states the marriage between a man and a woman, and they try to get that encompassed with basically you can't discriminate, and I mean you can't treat anybody differently or anything. Yeah, basically, women's rights and gay rights, and then it was like familiar rights and disability rights and recovery rights, and it's like, holy cow, it was just, so that's coming up actually on the ballot. That might be on the ballot too. I'm thinking the marriage one will probably get on, but I don't think the LGBTQ one, the protecting of, basically they want to make sure that you can transition your kid or go into a women's bathroom if you're a dude in a dress, kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. We got to keep an eye on that. That'll be coming up along with the property tax thing. But if they get enough signatures, each need to get like 500,000-600,000 signatures for any one of those. I think that's about the going total right now, 450,000, say, and then they
something like that.
They usually get more, 10 or 20% more than they need because some get thrown out. So there was that. See what else we had. Remember the aerial saw?
Oh, that thing is awesome.
Yeah, we were taking a walk in the Metro Parks the other day, and I'm like, I stopped. There's power lines going through, and you looked at the tree line. It was perfect all the way down. I just looked at my wife and said, I think it's badass. She's like, what? I go, aerial saw.
You think they'd use that around here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
I know for a fact they do, actually.
Oh, okay. That's good because I've never seen it. I mean, not that I drive through those parkways looking for that, but
yeah. One day I'll see it, and I'll stop in the middle of the road and be like, look, there's the aerial saw. I probably won't. But
those are cool. It is cool. I
cool.
want a helicopter and a saw.
Well, yeah. So if anyone doesn't, so they hooked this thing up to a helicopter, and I think they said 15 to 20. No, it was like a dozen 20-inch blades, saw blades on it.
Yeah, that's
and
about
they drag it. They fly it along where their power lines go through forest areas, so they can trim from the tree branches. It's like,
just imagine like a chainsaw, a bar from a chainsaw, just going down perfectly along with the power lines,
like 100 feet long.
Yes, pruning
150 feet long,
pruning the trees. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight.
It saves lives, Tom.
Well, yeah, it does. Really
saves a lot of labor. That's for sure.
It saves lives.
Well, I mean,
okay, we can go into another discussion.
Say, you could get hit by a tree limb if because normally they would have to climb the tree or do something like they cut the limb and stuff. So guy falls from a tree and dies.
Well, you know what?
Fatherless.
They were doing around my house. In my front yard, I have some power lines going down the street. And so they're pruning the tree.
Yep.
The trees that I have in my front yard. And the guy's on a bucket.
Yeah.
You know, like a utility bucket with like a pole saw trimming trees.
Yeah.
Basically.
Where they can, that's where they use it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, he did an awful job.
We learned the city of Cleveland let me see if I can find it here. They transformed a house into food art at a cost of $364,000, funded from the $3 million through the Cleveland's Transformative Art Fund.
I remember that. Kind of.
They've got 70 street lights out in Cleveland because people are stealing the copper. But they've got a $3 million transformative art fund.
Wasn't it like mushrooms growing on something?
So yes, they took the house and used it as food for the mushrooms. And the mushrooms were the art. Yep. So it said that Maurer said the mushroom-based process can turn a vacant house into a sculpture. Can we fully recycle a house? ? Is that the next step we want to go? ? And I believe it is. And for that, can we scale that up to the level that could do hundreds of houses? Yeah, city of Cleveland.
Oh yeah. Okay, Bib goes down to like a E now.
Yeah, he's an E minus. E minus. Is that a thing? That is a thing. Let's see. What else can we wrap up? Last couple things here. I got a list of good things for this year.
Oh, good.
The claw is gone.
The claw? What
claw is gone.
What's claw?
You don't remember Claw, the Cleveland Leather Annual Weekly?
That you never put that in the good things section. I thought I
didn't, but now I have. It's in the good things now. They're gone. They're not there anymore.
Yes,
so
yes.
Cleveland Leather Annual Weekly was an event where guys wore lots of leather, and they had some problems.
They got
some problems. They got pooped. They had some major malfunctions, and a pipe actually did burst, unlike in Atlanta during the 2020 election. And this time, apparently, as you reminded me, I remember in the story, you reminded me at one hotel, the pipe burst above the room they were in, and they had the event in, and apparently all got sprayed with poopy water. But the hotel took their security deposit of like $50,000 and kept it because they blamed the guests on the clog, which made the pipe burst, which I'm still kind of like scratching my head on, because they claimed that they were throwing adult toys into the into the toilet and flushing it.
This adult toy is not good. I'm going to flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, I called shenanigans on that because, those things aren't cheap.
I just have a feeling there were so many rubbers down the toilet.
That might be the thing. Might have been a lot of other things in that toilet.
Oh, God.
So then it got worse. But then it got worse, remember?
I got to disinfect my
all right, hold on. We'll pause.
Mouth. Oh,
okay.
That's good. That's good.
That's good disinfectant, huh?
Yeah.
But then it got worse, remember? Because then they moved to another hotel. Or I can't remember. They went to California maybe or something. And I'm trying to find it. What they used to call what this event that they did. Well, they used to do it off site, which is basically just it's just an orgy. It's basically what it was.
Yeah, where can I put my dick?
Yeah. That's what it was. And they usually had that off site, because but in this case, they decided to do it in the hotel conference room, and members of the staff walked in on them.
That's right.
And got kicked out, so they got a bad reputation. Is basically.
I think that was at the Marriott.
Marriott, yeah. Well, they got at the Marriott. Yeah. So,
something like that.
So they are Columbus or bust. Unintended. They're going to Columbus now, so at least they can keep their Claw name. Otherwise, if they went to Denver or Detroit, it'd have to be the Law. That would just be weird. So they kept it. They had only be C names.
Yeah, they're not in Cleveland anymore.
Nope.
I need a cheering sound effect. There you go. I don't mind that they were here. I mind that they were.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's go there.
Yeah,
let's not go there.
So one of the other things I pulled was the WG Mathers turned 100. That boat that sits downtown on the lakefront, and now they're thinking they have to move it because if they redo the lakefront, they're probably going to have to put it in a different spot. So that might be floating or moving again sometime soon. And final of the good things would be, actually, I'm really out of place here. I just
we bring good things to life.
Nice.
Bernie Kosar's still alive.
Yeah, I heard he just got out of the hospital
again. Yeah, he's not doing great, but he's hanging in there. And he had liver transplant. He had the kid who passed away. His mom and his parents decided to donate a part of his liver for Bernie, because I don't think he was going to get one either way. He was in such bad health. But I totally forgot to bring up the snap. One of my favorite clips of the year. Do you remember the snap clips?
A little bit. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Let's hear this one.
So I followed up with her Friday. She told me her SNAP benefits have returned, albeit $3 short of her usual $63.
This is Diane. Remember Diane?
But that is not what surprised her the most.
A lot of people reached out to us. They were worried about you. What does that mean to you?
Wait for it.
Oh my God. I didn't know. But I know now. People in the world today, they show love. For the ones are in poverty.
Yeah, this Diane works for CMHA, who has like volunteers for 3 different boards and groups and stuff, but yet she ain't got time for a job, but she got time to take SNAP benefits at a whopping $63 a month. Yeah, that was Diane. That was one of my favorite clips.
She was an activist. She was a real
totally
person.
Yeah, she was totally. And it's so hard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're crazy. You're crazy. That was funny. And that's why I bring that clip up, is because she didn't know. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, people are so worried about you. Oh, no, they weren't. But I have to say, you okay?
Yeah.
All right. You need a tissue or something?
No, I'm good.
I know it's heartbreaking and all.
Yeah, I need to pour me another. Pour me.
But my ultimate favorite clip of the year is, remember when the reporter went around asking if people knew who Amy Acton was? And we got this gem.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? We got this gem.
No, I don't.
You don't remember this gem right here?
And what you gonna do?
I did it anyway.
I remember that.
I did it anyway.
You still did it.
Where did it go? Oh, did I not pull it? Uh-oh. Oh, well, maybe I didn't pull it. Oh, I might have to get it now. Because it should be in my my little thing here. So let me check real quick. Yeah, what happened to it? Oh, here it is. That's why it's all the way up top. It's the first one here. Here we go. All right. Remember, my ultimate favorite clip of the year. So the reporter went around and said, you know who Amy Acton is? And this guy went,
yeah, she helped us when we had the pandemic going on. She was like the greatest thing we had in Ohio.
It was like the greatest thing we had in Ohio.
That was a good one.
That was the best clip of the year right there.
That was a really good one, yeah.
That was a good one. He's in the rotation. He's totally in the rotation here. He's right
They bought him a sandwich or something.
Like the greatest thing we had in Ohio.
He's right there. I got him in the rotation. And Well, that was the year. It was quite interesting. So.
Hey, hang on a second. Here's one.
As far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country?
Wait, what? Say what?
Jasmine Crockett.
Oh.
Go!
Oh, man. I don't even know what to say to that.
Here, check the difference. I think.
Oh, I just choked on my own spit.
Have a bourbon.
When I first announced my run for Congress, I had this random white woman, liberal, walk up to me and ask, well, what about you isn't Democrat? To which I responded, well, besides my skin color, what about me is Democrat? And it was at that very moment that she realized that God gave her enough common sense to ask me about my values. Now, don't get me wrong. I was raised to vote Democrat down the ballot. So when I first started, I would say things like, I'm a Republican, but I'm not a conservative. But now I know all too well I am a full-fledged, hardcore conservative, and I'm proud of it. I mean, my favorite saying is I was born black, not Democrat. But in all seriousness, whenever I began to think for myself politically, the choice was easy. I mean, why would I want to belong to a party whose mission is to infringe on the Second Amendment as if a criminal would ever participate in something like a mandatory buyback? Why would I want to belong to and endorse a godless party? Because there is no such thing. And I mean, no such thing as a trans child. We have confused children and sick, enabling adults. Why would I want to belong to a party that takes pride in shedding innocent blood? Number one, as if that's not what God hates. Number two, as if there's not a black market for baby organs. And number three, as if abortion clinics didn't start in the hood.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Who is that?
Peyton Jackson from Texas.
The legislature?
She was running for... she is running for Congress.
Okay.
Yeah, representative. And I just, from the same state, two different black women and running for Congress.
For Republicans?
Well, we had Jasmine Crockett for Democrat, and we had Peyton Jackson.
Who
was a Democrat. It was a clip that I clipped a long time ago. Back in May of 2025, and I never played. We never played it. Man, she's awesome.
Yeah, we should keep an eye on hers. That sounds awesome.
There's like another almost 2 minutes to that clip. She keeps going.
Let's. Speaking of keeping going,
yeah, guys,
transform.
So good now.
Let's move on to what's coming next year.
Oh.
What's coming next year? And actually, we need to...
oh, crap. Hang on.
Take a break for a second.
Okay.
And that was show 41. We really appreciate you listening. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year's. Please be safe. Drink responsibly. Kind of like we were, drinking responsibly while in front of a microphone. But really appreciate listening. Share the show, crookedrivercast.com, crookedrivercast@gmail.com. Send us an email. Again, really appreciate listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Oh, I got to say it. Peace.